What's up guys, I am back with another video today. Now I know this is a little late, but I was out of town and I am finally back, so expect some new videos coming out soon. And without further ado, let's get into the 3 reasons why I believe the 2019 NBA Draft Lottery was rigged. For the first part of our past evidence, we have to look into the infamous 1985 Draft Lottery. In 1985, a young college kid by the name of Patrick Ewing had taken over the college basketball landscape. As the surefire number 1 pick, every team was hoping to land the number 1 spot. However, there was just one problem. The team in the biggest market, in the biggest city, with the largest fan base, and perhaps the biggest superfan was in the mix for the first pick, the New York Knicks. Now, during the lottery, large envelopes were put into this sort of mixer, and David Stern seemed to grab 3 at the same time, but then picked the only one that had a certain fold in the corner. Mysterious? For the second part of our past evidence, we must now look at the 2008 NBA Draft Lottery. In 2008, once again, there was a surefire pick at number 1, Derrick Rose out of Memphis. After tearing it up in college, Rose looked like he was going to be a megastar with his unreal dribbling, deadly crossovers, and his ability to finish around the rim. Being from a dark part of Chicago, Rose had always wanted to play for his hometown team. The problem was the Bulls had been decent last year and only had a 1.7% chance of landing the top pick. But what were the chances the NBA would save a franchise that hadn't even been relevant since Michael Jordan, while also putting a positive image on the crime-riddled city of Chicago? Well, let's just say a lot. For part 3 of our past evidence, we're going to have to look no further than the 2016 NBA Draft Lottery. Now I'm going to make this one really quick, as many people have mixed emotions about this and aren't really sure if it could be used as evidence to really say that a lottery was rigged. But in 2016, the Philadelphia 76ers had the highest odds to land the number 1 pick. Hours before the draft, ex-star Dikembe Mutombo sent out a tweet congratulating the 76ers on landing the number 1 pick, which they got about 4 hours later. Now let's get into my second reason. Every single team's place in the lottery seems to be just right for them and the NBA. Now I'm just going to do the first 7 picks, as after that really anything can happen, and it's out of the NBA's hands at that point. Starting off with the most fair spot, the New Orleans Pelicans. Before the draft lottery, everyone knew Anthony Davis was getting the hell out of New Orleans. For such a small market team that had relatively no success, what better way than to give them the first pick to draft their next superstar? With the Pelicans having the 25th lowest average attendance in the NBA last year, this team was heading towards extinction. Can Zion save the franchise? Number 2, the Memphis Grizzlies. After seemingly years of contending in the West, but just never making it to a championship, the Memphis Grizzlies finally decided to blow it up last year, trading Marc Gasol away. Mike Conley was the last man remaining of that grit and grind team. With the team at the bottom of the league, 26 in average attendance last year, and with the departure of Mike Conley in the future, Memphis was in danger of losing the team back to Vancouver. Needing a dynamic player that could not only put the team back on track, but bring in fans as well, what better spot than number 2 for them to draft Ja Morant? Number 3, the New York Knicks. Now the Knicks have been in the NBA purgatory for years now. With the number 1 pick seeming too obvious for the Knicks, and already having the 1985 draft lottery debacle, the 3rd pick seemed perfect for the Knicks. Not too high and not too low. Sorry, Stephen A. But even so, with the 3rd pick, a potential star would still be there, RJ Barrett. Compared to guys with the likes of Dwayne Wade and DeMar DeRozan, Barrett could be the guy to break the Knicks' playoffless streak and bring them back to relevancy. Number 4, the LA Lakers. With LeBron James and the Lakers shockingly missing the playoffs last year, the NBA and ESPN needed something to move the ratings back up. Moving up from number 11 to number 4 would be a huge asset to use in the package to get Anthony Davis. With the Lakers having the biggest fan base, the NBA had to give them a gift to appease some NBA fans and get America's team back on track. Number 5, the Cleveland Cavaliers. After getting their long-deserved championship with LeBron James, the Cavaliers soon went back to the bottom of the NBA with his departure. Having already a decently sized fan base, being a small market team, and recently winning a championship, it wasn't time for the Cavs to return to glory just yet. With the number 5 pick, they still could get an NBA starter with Darius Garland. Number 6, the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Suns dropping down to number 6 may be a blessing in disguise. It is time for the Suns to get new management. Despite drafting in the lottery the past 6 years, the Suns have continued to draft busts such as Alex Len, Josh Jackson, who just got traded for a bag of chips, and Dragan Bender. Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton need a new home and a new team to get the Suns back to the promised land. Being bad for another year may just tip the iceberg. Finally, at number 7, the Chicago Bulls. After struggling this year with several injuries, the Bulls were the 4th worst team in the league, but they dropped down to the 7th pick. This makes sense as the Bulls have the 2nd highest attendance, are a huge market team, and have a great young core that could potentially make the playoffs. Being pegged as a near potential playoff team last year, they didn't need a huge help in the draft, but could still get it with Kobe White. Not to mention, the draft this year was held in Chicago, and after the 2018 draft lottery, they couldn't take a chance with fans realizing that the lottery could be rigged. And that's going to conclude today's video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And this is J Knows Sports signing off. Thanks, guys.